In 2025, the binge-worthy TV series hasn't exactly gotten off to a great start. Because of Mandy's new side business, the pair got into their greatest argument to date at the beginning of episode 8, which threatened to destroy them. There will be more drama in the future. In episode 10, Mary and Pastor Jeff return to confront Audrey, and one of Georgie's dreams confirms that George will return. However, a lot of the most moving scenes in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage occur when Mandy and Audrey have an open discussion near the conclusion of the show. She can come across as inflexible and judgmental, but when she talks openly with Mandy, we get a better understanding of her true motivations. Audrey didn't seem to have that style. Even if Mandy initiated her family's business by ringing in, I didn't think she would want everyone in Texas to know about it. Perhaps I'm misinterpreting her. Even though Georgie was only in their lives because he got Mandy pregnant, I still thought it strange that Audrey was eager to publicly declare that her granddaughter was a biter. I suppose she felt deceived by Mandy, especially since she believed Mandy was disparaging her on the radio. The scene was amusing, but it was also awkward, and I found myself sympathizing with Jim as he repeatedly pleaded to be let off the call. Naturally, things got out of hand from there. When Mandy said that Mary had discussed how to discipline CeeCee with Georgie behind Mandy's back, Mary jumped in to defend herself. Although it's regrettable that we were unable to hear what Georgie was going to say, I don't blame him for choosing to speak out at the very end. Or, given how intense the discussion had become, perhaps that was for the best. It's annoying that everyone essentially stated things they couldn't retract, and it's likely that the following episode will overlook the incident. Even if little CeeCee threw a block at Mary, I didn't think she could do any real harm to anyone. Furthermore, leaving a 2-year-old alone in a room is not part of a timeout. However, those are nitpicks. Despite its absurdity, the show was relatable and humorous. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section, I always like hearing them. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 2 has finally worked out what it needs to be after nearly half a season. The show has now returned to its original track, which was lighter perspectives on family issues, occasionally including the Cooper side of the family. Many of the early episodes featured slapstick humor or absurd scenarios. Although the story's conclusion devolved into absurdity, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 2 episode 9 presented what might have been one of the most relatable such issues. When Archie Bunker surreptitiously baptized his grandson in the 1970s, something Mary and Audrey also attempted to do with CeeCee during Young Sheldon season 7, All in the Family set the precedent for this. Shows like Shifting Gears have incorporated this kind of struggle into their plots. To put it mildly, Audrey's suggestion to bite the youngster back is not advised, and I don't believe it was done in the 1990s either. It was simpler to sympathize with Georgie and Mandy as a result. They were actively opposing an absurd and probably dangerous approach to handling a child biting others, not just battling to parent as they felt fit. Naturally, there are parents out there who believe that this is an excellent parenting approach. This narrative did not appear out of the blue. However, because Audrey intended to do something that Georgie and Mandy felt was detrimental, the argument and her choice to take matters into her own hands were far more serious. As long as it's not an abusive practice, grandparents shouldn't go against what their parents wish. These tales all center on the same fundamental idea: when grandparents go too far, they deny parents the authority to make parenting decisions, and that is unacceptable. But it's easier to forgive something that has less long-term repercussions, so it's not unexpected that by the conclusion of the episode, Georgie and Mandy were at odds with everyone. That's where the most of the humor in that bizarre radio scene at the end came from, one person after another getting involved until Georgie did as well. I had conflicting emotions about the ridiculous yet entertaining sequence. Audrey is frequently annoying and will never give up on wanting to be in